At this point, I'm pretty sure I am just broken as a human being. He needs to come home. I hate to say it. I just don't want the whole trauma of it all. Like, I wasn't trying to be controversial or anything.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me.
We're just gonna start out this vlog with very exciting news. Oatmeal in a mug! You guys know there is nothing I like more than when my chocolate oatmeal is in a mug, but with these different rentals, I kind of just gotta work with what you got. And in our Nashville rental, there just weren't any mugs that fit the bill. Like, they just weren't the right shape. And I thought when we got here to this one in Charlotte, I was gonna have to do the whole bowl thing. So I did that yesterday. And then this morning, I discovered these mugs. Guys, does this not look beautiful? And everyone always asks for the chocolate oatmeal recipe. It's just half cup oats, banana, dark chocolate cocoa powder, and water. But look at how beautiful the mornings are here. I mean, it's late morning. I've already gone to the gym, so it's 10:08, but I just love it so much. We've got a little celebrity sighting. Zach in his natural habitat.
No paparazzi today?
Do you love the place or do you hate it?
Those are my only two
Those
options.
are the only options.
Then I love it.
And the current book I'm reading is The It Girl by Ruth Ware, who is like my favorite author. She is so freaking good. It's like thriller vibes. So I am 6% into this book. I've barely started, but so far it's good. Okay, I've got to say the lighting in the bathroom of this rental is awful. It's just these lights up here, so they're nowhere near your face. Like, looking in the mirror right now is difficult. And even just like applying makeup, I can't even see what I'm doing. So not the best lighting in here. I do have this mirror over here that I could possibly bring upstairs if I get desperate. I mean, I feel like at this point in my life, I could apply makeup with like a blindfold because I've done it so much. So it's whatever. It's just not satisfying. Like, you know, when you have really nice natural lighting or even like the ring light mirror and you're applying your makeup and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to look good. That never happens with this. So that's a problem. And then overall, the lighting in here is kind of very depressing. Like, it's dark. You could see like the windows are totally open and it's very dark. I do have to say I really like the vibes. Like, even in Nashville when we had those huge windows, oftentimes I put down the shades while I'm working because I don't know, there's something about when something's too bright when I'm working. But yeah, definitely not the best lighting. Vlogging is gonna be interesting here. We're gonna have some moody vibes. And then yes, Zach has unpacked, but bad news, he is repacking because he is leaving in a couple of hours. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for him if he wants to get away, he is going back to Dayton for the rest of the week, which is kind of crazy. He was just in Dayton. We drove 7 hours to North Carolina and now he's getting on a plane and going back there. And that is because his work is just having a bunch of in-person meetings this week. So anyone who's out of town is flying in. A lot of people do live in Dayton. You guys know he works fully remote, but he also has like a home base and that is Dayton. And he's like sales and recruiting. That's his job. I always get a lot of questions. And obviously all of this was planned, this whole Charlotte rental, before I found out about his work meeting. I didn't know about this meeting until like a week or two ago. I had no idea this was happening. I would have planned accordingly had I known, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. And I'm gonna be alone in Charlotte this week, which is kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, you kind of lose a slice of independence, but in a good way. Like, I'm so grateful to have Zach, and just life is so much better when you're doing it with someone else. It just is. And it's funny that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be all alone in my Charlotte apartment. Like, what the heck? When I lived for 2 years all alone in Dayton, a foreign city I had never visited before. You know, I knew nothing about Ohio, and it's just funny that I did that for 2 years and now I freak out over just a couple of nights in Charlotte alone. Bags are packed. He's leaving me. And would you say, Zach, that you enjoy these little work trips to get away from me, or do you just miss me?
I miss you, dear.
Really?
Really? Do you enjoy my work trips?
No.
Or do you miss me?
I was just telling him I'm gonna be so sad. Like, what am I gonna do? Especially, I feel like it's funny. I was saying, like, I obviously lived alone for years, but now, like, you just being gone a few nights, it's like, what the heck?
No, you obviously get used to it, but it'll just be a few days, and I'm sure you won't be too sad in your new spot.
I love this spot so much. Like, we are missing out on that, like, corner unit. We had a corner unit in Cincinnati. We had one in Nashville where you get that much more sunlight. But this is just like such a cool vibe, like this whole thing. And I'm sure Donna wants to know, do you plan on quitting your job soon?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm shocked I haven't been fired yet again from all these jobs that
Are you
I can't
flying?
hold down.
Maybe you're flying in to formally get fired.
That would be a good use of their money, I'm sure, to pay for my flights and rental cars.
Okay, I just finally got a glimpse of what I look like today for the first time ever, since I can't see what I look like in our dungeon. My eyes are all messed up. Like I don't even want to show you. Oh my gosh. But by the way, I hope you know I'm not complaining. Like, I seriously think our place is perfect. It just getting ready, not the easiest.
You're blaming the apartment on how you look?
Right now I am walking on what's called the rail trail here in Charlotte. It's about 3.5 miles long and it connects all of these communities kind of back here. This is where we're staying, for example, in South End to Uptown. And actually, if I flip the camera, you can kind of see a glimpse of Uptown. And oh my gosh, oh, okay. I don't know if you probably couldn't even see that. That's Flower Child. This is that. I've been wanting to check out this place. It's called Flower Child. It's like healthy food, bowls, salads, that type of thing. That's like the exact food I love. But when I went to order from there, my order, the one I would have done, $17. Okay, clearly I need to like work on my order a little bit and tweak it so that it's not $17, but it's so freaking expensive, but it looks so good. I'm gonna go there one day. That day is just not today. I'm so happy I did that. That felt really good to A, walk, I did 4 miles, but then B, explore Uptown Charlotte, which it was so cool, but I am really happy that I chose the area where we're staying. It just feels like a little more young and like local. I don't know, like this is where like people live. I feel like a lot of people work in Charlotte. Obviously there still are apartments. I don't know what I'm saying. I've just been sitting here on this couch editing the vlog you would have seen before this, and I decided I needed a little break where normally I might be like, hey Zach, and like say something, but there is no Zach. He's not here, which is so sad. But probably just gonna spend the rest of the night editing. I'm kind of a little bit behind on things, which is fine. Can I just say, I was watching a vlog the other day of another influencer I won't name. This makes me so annoyed. She like showed herself, I'm not gonna say what she was doing because it's gonna, like if you guys watch her, you're gonna know who I'm talking about, but she did something very just like fun and luxurious during the day that took multiple hours, like a 3 or 4 hour fun thing. And then all of a sudden comes on at like 7 p.m. and starts going on a rant about how influencers work more than people with 9-to-5 jobs. She's working at this hour at night at 8 p.m. while most people aren't. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, do you not realize that you didn't work for most of the day and that's why you're working at night? Like, it's not like you're working more. Anyway, that's a rant that maybe I'll cut out. Maybe I won't. We'll decide. But like, I don't know. I just feel like everyone in life always wants to claim that they're working harder and more than anyone else. And I just don't understand the obsession with it. If you are making a great income and you're not like working 80 hours a week, that's fine. No one said you had to. I don't know why everyone feels the need to like prove themselves. It's weird. Like, anyway, okay, see, this is what happens when I'm all alone. I just like need to rant to you guys when normally Zach is the recipient of my rants. Hello, just want to let you know that today I have literally just been sitting in this chair, this one right here, editing, putting together an Instagram sponsorship, editing, so basically editing 2 vlogs, editing again, and just, it has just been one of those days because I've been putting off so much stuff. So about to eat my dinner now and enjoy this magical night alone. Although guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's not so magical. I wasn't built for this lifestyle. I want Zach back and he's not coming back for another few days, but it's fine. We're all gonna be okay. Just gonna have a nice relaxing evening. Just wanted to check in because it feels really nice to talk to someone. Hello. Good morning, guys. I look so like incognito right now between the shades and the headband, but I need the band so that my hair doesn't get sweaty. A lot of people ask how I don't wash my hair every day if I work out all the time. These things are a lifesaver. So that is must. And then this is to hide how tired I look right now. I'm not even tired. I just look tired, which is always a problem. But I just went to Burn Boot Camp. I'm still sitting in the parking lot. There are probably people watching me vlog. That's okay. And I was nervous about this one because my little routine is I wake up in the morning and then I go on Instagram because Burn Boot Camp always posts some of their earlier camps. So I can see what we're going to be doing in the class. And today is leg day. I just don't have leg muscles. I mean, I'm really gonna have to work at this because I abandoned that whole category of muscles my entire life. I never worked out my legs because I always ran, so I was always like, oh, like I'm working out my legs, but no, it is not the same because like when I'm running, sure, that might help, I don't know, like my calves, but like my glutes don't know what a workout is. So these ones are tough for me. Still felt good to get it in. And I just love these morning workouts because then I have my whole day ahead of me. A lot of you guys have told me you miss my get ready chats, and I do too. Those 2 a.m. chats, those were so good, but there's no way in heck we could do it downstairs in the bathroom. So I'm going to try to move heaven and earth to make this happen. I'm thinking if I have this whole setup and I can move this table, I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying, guys. Okay, this kind of works. It's definitely not the most convenient setup, but I can actually show you guys on my phone right now. This is my view, so I just moved a few things around. We've got this mirror that I found downstairs, thank goodness. And this is kind of like old times, except not really, because I actually feel awake. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I addressed it. I don't know if you can notice, but it's definitely noticeable in real life. I have like a black eye situation. It's more like purple going on under my left eye, which no, is not from like lack of sleep or anything like that. I think I'm having a sinus problem right now. My left ear has been aching for the past few days, but not aching enough where I'm like, it's an ear infection, I need to go to the doctor, because I've had pretty bad ear infections before where I'm like crying and just like, what is happening? It feels like my ear's bleeding. This is just like a dull ache on my left side, and then I noticed this, which happened one time when I got a sinus infection last year. So we are definitely going to be covering that up. By the way, this is how cheap I am. I will use every last drop of my products, and clearly this one. This is a Becca primer that I'm pretty sure you can't even buy anymore, which stinks. Wow, this looks so bad in real life. But today, I don't even know what's on the agenda. I just want to get ready because yesterday I just had an all-day editing day, which I needed. It's great to give my skin a break, but there's no getting around it. I just feel like absolute crap on those days. Like getting ready and just getting up and at it, like will always feel so much better. I mean, like I was up and at it, I went to the gym, but I don't know. I'm a big advocate for like just being put together, because by the end of yesterday, I can't explain it. I was just like disgusted by myself. I don't know. Plus I was in like really comfy sweats. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say that's never gonna happen again, because those days sometimes feel good in the moment, but I just like, I don't know, looking put together. And I have seriously just been counting down the days until the weekend because it was such a tease. We arrived here in Charlotte on Sunday evening, and I'll do things during the week. Like, you know, I'll occasionally go out to eat, but I really try not to. Like, I really try not to spend that much money during the week, and I try to save it for the weekend because, listen, this isn't a vacation. Like, this is my life, you know what I mean? Like, I still do need to be wise with that, and I'm not trying to eat out every day of the week, so I'm just so excited for the weekend and exploring more. We're going in with this is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This is what I put on when we need to cover damage, and there's damage. But I realized that a lot of people after college move to cities. For example, where I'm from, everyone moved to New York City, but even like Charlotte, this area in South End, this is where a lot of people after college move. And it's weird because like I didn't get that post-college experience that a lot of people did. I moved to Dayton, Ohio, and nothing against Dayton, Ohio. I've told Zach before, I'd consider moving there if we have a family, and it's just like a great family area, right? But it's not exactly where someone from New York moves for like a party good time, you know what I mean? Like, I remember thinking like, what, like I wanted to go out more, but it wasn't really that much happening there. And of course, it was so worth it. Like, I'm so glad I did it. I was pursuing my broadcast journalism career. I knew I'd have to make sacrifices, and it was obviously so worth it because I met Zach, and I really enjoyed my job, but I do feel like I missed out on that post-college life, and I kind of feel like right now I'm like making up for it almost, like by going to different cities. And I like did things in like a reverse order where I kind of just like saved a lot of money because I wasn't really going out. I didn't really know many people. Now I'm like, let's go. I just finished getting ready. I've really been loving the more natural look, like not the no makeup look, because like I've got on every type of product there is except eyeshadow, I guess, but just the more clean look instead of when I did the nudes and I like piled on the eyeshadow and really dark black under eye. Like I just love being a little more like clean and natural. And oh my gosh, okay, so I'm about to go on a walk. I've got my AirPods that I need to put in. And I'm about to show you an outfit that might make you never come back to my channel because it's so embarrassing. But this is truly what I walk around looking like. Yeah, so we've got the exercise dress, the fanny pack, and then I'm wearing my Brooks sneakers because these are just so much more comfortable if I'm going on a long walk as opposed to like my cute white sneaks. So I'm super excited. I've just been loving walking around, exploring Charlotte, and today on my to-do list, I'm going to Freedom Park, which is apparently a super popular park here, and it's about, I think, 1.5 miles away, so let's do it. The bad news is, it looks like the walk is more like 2 miles each way, but the good news is, it's so freaking scenic. Okay, so honesty hour, I ended up driving, because, okay, I walked 2 miles, I was walking in the right direction, but then there was a road closed. That closed road basically ruined my life, and it was rough, but we are here, and I'm really excited to explore.
Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees.
This park is so nice. I've just been sitting here writing in my journal, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have been feeling a little bit weird about the last video I uploaded. It's the one where I discussed my salary as a TV news reporter, which I didn't think was that controversial to do. Like, it's something I always wanted to just be open and honest about, and I truly do think we need to be more honest about our salaries. But when I was talking to my mom on the phone, she mentioned, like, are you sure you should have done that or something like that? Like, did you possibly like burn bridges with the TV news industry by doing that? And that was not my intent at all. Like, my intent was not to be controversial or anything like that. That's never my intent. My channel is like as PG as it gets. I've just felt really strongly about this. And it's not like, I'm not blaming, you know, my old station or any of my old bosses. Like, this is a problem that is across the board. Like, it's a bigger problem than even my boss, or my old boss, because he's not my boss anymore, but like, than any of them have the ability to fix. It has to be like a full circle type thing. You know, they don't just suddenly have the money to suddenly start paying everyone more, but I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of this is. It's just, I think eventually across the board, when so many people are leaving the industry, they're gonna realize, okay, we need to somehow get money from somewhere and just up these starting rates. And it is happening, by the way. I think one of the stations, Gray maybe, just increased its like minimum wage type thing, which is still very low for how much work these people put in, but yeah, my purpose of that, like, I don't, and my one regret, I don't regret talking about it, but maybe I shouldn't have made the title like, oh, like finally telling you guys my TV salary, because now I feel like people are just watching it who aren't even my subscribers, and they just want to know, and then like, I don't know, I just don't want the whole trauma of it all. Like, I wasn't trying to be controversial or anything, and I have gotten so many messages from TV news reporters thanking me for talking about it, because I'm certainly not the first person who's brought this up. I think a lot of us need to. A lot of us need to talk about it to see any real change happen. And even if I'm not in the industry and I'm not going to particularly benefit from that change, I don't care. I want you guys to. I want other reporters, producers, photographers, directors. Like, I want everyone to, I don't know, earn what they're worth. And the truth of the matter is, that's not always going to happen. Some jobs just don't pay a lot, and it makes no sense. Like, why does one job pay this amount and then all of a sudden teachers don't make that much, or other super hardworking, well-deserving jobs? It just stinks, because it's really easy to be like, oh, you know, I don't need that much money, but when you throw a family in the mix and you start having kids, it just doesn't make sense that people aren't paid what they're worth. And I guess in the end, it's like, it's going to speak for itself when people start leaving certain industries because they're not making enough. It's going to hurt the industry, and I do think things are going to have to change, or else they're not going to have an industry. And all right, my camera died, but what I was saying is I think it's just disgusting that TV news reporters are forced to live on $20,000 when they first start out. I mean, there's some people who started out at $16,000, $17,000. I'm hearing all these crazy numbers, and it's just the expectation, like, oh, you know, you got to work your way up. You know, you should be lucky and grateful that I'm offering you this job. I'm offering you the chance to get on TV. And the reason this is so disgusting to me is because it creates such a sense of inequality where people who come from wealthier families can take a job that pays only $23,000 a year because their mom and dad might be paying half their rent or even their full rent, while people who don't come from wealthy families, well, they might not be able to take that job because they have to support themselves and maybe they even have to support their families. So it just creates this awful sense of inequality. Like, it's just not fair. That annoys me. And it annoys me as someone who didn't have to go through that. Like, as you guys know, I did accept a job for $40,000, which was a pretty great salary for a starting reporter. And it just annoys me that there are so many people who didn't have that option. So anyway, that's just a little rant. Whenever I'm at a park writing in my journal, I'm gonna get a little melancholy. I've just been feeling so, I don't know, weird today on this bench, but it's okay. Still a good day. And actually, I need to get home for an appointment, or not an appointment, but a meeting. I have made it home. I've just been doing some computer work for the last 45 minutes, just getting things in order with future sponsorships, which, can I just say, before I started doing sponsorships, I didn't realize you can't really control the timeline. Like, in a perfect world, to be like, okay, I'm gonna do 3 videos unsponsored, and then a video sponsored, and then 3 unsponsored, like a pattern. But no, I'll do like 6 or 7 or 8 unsponsored videos, and then like 3 in a row. It's just, I don't know, you can't really help it. But the reason I had to get home is because obviously I had to do that, but then also I'm about to do an interview with a student at UNC Chapel Hill because she is working on a paper in her economics reporting class all about the recent cultural shift that prioritizes mental health over career. And obviously, I recently quit my job, so I do enjoy helping you guys out when you have papers, and I can't do every request, so I'm really sorry if you have reached out. Sometimes I'm just busier than others, but I knew I'd be free this week. Zach was gone. I'd have the peace and quiet in here, and that'll be good to talk about. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see it because it's a private paper. It's not like published, it's just for her class, but that'll be nice. Okay, I have one big question for you. What is your hair care routine? I've just been looking at your hair this whole time.
I use like the argan oil masks, and then I use Indian hair oil regularly, like every month.
It is so thick and beautiful. The interview went so well. I seriously love meeting you guys so much. And one thing I want to make so clear, I am not bashing the TV news industry or saying like, don't go in. Like, everyone has different experiences. There are so many reasons I loved it. I personally decided to leave, but like, there are a million and one reasons to stay. She's actually not looking to go into the TV news industry. She is trying to do, I believe, business writing, which sounds like so much fun, but it is funny when I'm like doing these interviews, I'm like, by the way, like, this is my personal experience. I still think there are so many things that are great, and I'm just hoping there are changes that can be made. Anyway, though, it is my last night without Zach, which I'm seriously, he needs to come home. I hate to say it. I wish I could be like, oh my gosh, I've been flourishing, like being alone. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love my alone time, but I just love like having my alone time and then coming home to him. You know what I mean? Like, at least having him at night, and I have not had that. So I'm very excited for him to come home. I don't even want to say it, but like. I then proceeded to whisper and sound like an insane person for like 5 minutes, but I'm gonna get more into it in the next vlog. Basically, I like sleeping next to a big, strong man, and these past few nights were not good. It's happening. It is finally happening. I'm going to watch Where the Crawdads Sing. I have been wanting to watch this movie for months, and I wanted to read the book. I actually rented it from the library or borrowed it, like, I don't know, a year ago. I read page 1, like seriously, page 1, put the book down, and then noticed I was not picking up my Kindle for the longest time because I just didn't like it. Like, I can't explain it. I just wasn't vibing with one page. I know that's so bad considering it's just one page. I should have given it a chance, but I was realizing like I was procrastinating my reading because I just wasn't like thrilled about it. I don't know. And then I just realized like, let's just get another book. And then I read 2 books that week. So yeah, I wasn't able to read the book, but finally I am going to see the movie. This is my cozy little setup tonight. I just like love this place early morning and then like evening. It's just so peaceful, and I just love how I can keep the windows open. Like I don't have to put the shades down because it's so private. Like literally no one can see inside. I can't even begin to explain the nostalgia I feel when this woman appears on my screen, but I'll let you guys know what I think of the movie. A little disclaimer, I am not a big movie person, so I'm very critical. We're gonna see, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I'm pretty sure I am just broken as a human being because I didn't like that movie. Everyone liked it. Everyone I know. Everyone's like, oh my God, I cried so much. I cried this time and this time and that time. Not one tear was shed. Like, yeah, there were some like emotional scenes, I guess, but the ending was bad. Like nothing happened even. Like nothing happened. I don't know. I'm a little disturbed that I didn't like this movie. Feeling a little upset, feeling a little gypped, but I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because it is time for me to go to bed. It's like 10 p.m. I'm a very early bedtime person, but thank you guys so much for watching, and next vlog, Zach returns. Yay! Bye.